Hi.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi.
Hola.
How are y'all?
This is our first time recording in a month, so.
And we have something.
And we have.
We're all over the place.
Oh, maybe we should do like a. Like this. We got merch.
I have something. Hola.
Hi.
It's been a hot minute.
It's been a hot minute, and we are feeling it. We're back.
We are back.
And we're
Not
ready.
so ready.
No, not so ready, but ready. I'm Clari.
And I'm Kristi.
In case y'all forgot, this is
Dear
Primas. It's been
literally a month since we've recorded.
Yes, we put some stuff out there since, not as consistently as we would have hoped, but we got it together. I think we were trying, but I think we did it.
Yeah.
Did you press record?
Oh.
Primas, we're trying to get it together. I think we finally had an episode that.
Oh, no mic issues.
No mic issues.
No.
Everything was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fun one.
Yeah.
So.
Today's a special episode.
It's so special because it is 10 episodes. Woo-hoo! Yes, we made it. Woohoo! I do want to start with like a little quote that I saw today, actually. Just thinking about this podcast, and when we started, the quote was, "Done is better than perfect."
I like that.
And that's literally what this whole journey, I think, has been, because we had the thought, we kind of did a little research, very minimal.
We had the thought a long time ago.
Yes. And I think it's like the fear of the unknown.
The fear, but also the vulnerability, I think that goes with it too, is what is so-and-so going to think, or especially
people we know.
I mean, our husbands.
Yeah.
Because this is, I enjoy doing it a lot.
For sure. It's definitely become our me time.
Yes.
Our we time.
Yes.
Because like you said, it's like stepping away, like,
okay, bye.
Bye. Like when we're doing this now, like we did try once upon a time with the kiddos, and it was tough. We made it work, but now we're like, no.
Yeah. We need the hubs to watch.
Yeah.
We got too many damn kids.
We're getting there, but no, yeah, like it's definitely become a therapy, just like therapeutic. Maybe not necessarily a whole therapy session just yet. Like we're still scratching the surface. And I think we are working on being more vulnerable and getting more in depth. Because it is hard.
Yes.
It is hard.
Yes.
I try to be intentional about like really talking about my experiences. But I think we both could do a better job of like maybe going a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
And I think I need to do a better job of questioning you. Diving deeper, I think, is what we need to focus as a unit on, like these next.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
We haven't talked about this, so I'm kind of putting her on the spot with it. But it's a thought that I've had, and I'm like, okay, no, I think we need to.
Yes.
And we've covered some like pretty heavy topics, but that doesn't mean that we can't like revisit.
I agree. And that everything that we needed to say was brought up. Yeah. In those episodes.
For sure.
And I think it's different when you're actually experiencing it and you're feeling all those feelings versus having had those feelings.
Definitely
5-6 years ago. I wish I would have kept a journal. Do you keep a journal?
I don't.
Of all those things.
Yeah. No, I don't. I don't journal.
Yeah.
Some people find it it's good for them.
Because I like that there's prompts, or I know that there's prompts that you could go off of in journaling. But I really wish I would have kept a journal like a day-to-day in those times.
And
different.
what times are you saying?
Well, because I don't remember all of the things, or I choose not to remember maybe all of the things. Like I'm saying, like in motherhood, like just the hard days. I think I definitely have more good than bad days, I'd say for sure. But those bad days, like whenever I am experiencing it, I don't even recall all of the emotions that I'm feeling because I'm just normally trying to stay on the positive side.
For sure.
I guess is what.
Yeah. Like our postpartum episode. Like, yes, we're still in it and there's no real time limit. But like when we're really in the thick of it, when it's the hardest, you know, is when, not always, but you know, when they're newborns, it's just like a whole new thing. And we weren't in the thick of it at the moment, and we probably, it would have been a lot more real and raw.
Yeah.
Had we been closer to like the trench times.
Yes.
But yeah, that's a good point. Before we get into our catch-up session, let's do our silent karaoke. Okay, who's gonna go first?
You go first.
Oh, okay. Oh no! I want to do a different one.
Okay.
Well, I'll just do that one. I'll do that one. The next one.
Okay. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. They're like, it's better than yours. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
In honor of the 10th episode.
10! Yes! We made it!
We kind of want to talk about like how it's going, how
it started, all the mishaps, the learning / growing we've done.
Yeah.
So I don't even remember when we first started talking about potentially
I feel like it was like Christmas time.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Like I had the thought in my head, and I'm not a big podcaster. Like I like YouTube, which is why I think we do video as well. I just always like thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Like to just do something in front of like the camera talking, like, and I'm like, for some reason I was like, a podcast would be really cool, even though I'm not like a huge podcast listener, but I will listen to them. Like I enjoy them, I guess is my point.
Yeah.
And the thought just popped in my head, but in my head I was like, what would I talk about? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
You know, we struggle already as like when you have a kid, like being a mom and like just wearing the label and this is who I am, and you know, so I kind of thought that like, yes, I'm going through this, but do I want to lean all the way into it? And then we were talking, and then you brought up a podcast, like you mentioned it somehow. Do you remember?
Nope.
But you were the one that vocalized it, and I was like, oh, I've been thinking about that too. And then we're like, let's do it, and then we didn't.
No, we started like putting stuff on paper.
Yes.
And actually like putting our brain dumps out and just kind of like, how could this work?
A very rough game plan.
Very rough.
A very rough game. But yeah, we were just like a shared doc, and let's just start like.
That was like in January.
Yes. Yeah. And like, so Adrian, he's done a podcast for like ever, but he doesn't really do like the logistics side of it. He just talks. But they've grown so much, and like, so Kristi was always like, pick his brain. And then when I would try, he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, well, damn. But like logistics wise, but they don't do video. They're not in person. It's all webcam. So that's something we talked about too. Like, what do we envision?
Yeah.
How do we want to do it?
Realistically, at the time, too, it was like we both just had babies. So it was like, okay, webcam only makes the most sense for both of us logistically. So let's just sit in front of our computers and do it that way. But it was like, I feel like we get more animated when we're in person.
For sure.
So it's like, we have to somehow make it work. So that's whenever we were like, okay, kids, you can be in right outside.
Yeah. And we tried that. We had a few cameos that we probably cut out. Some made it. Some crying.
I don't know if we even did the episodes of those because we didn't.
Oh yeah,
that was another thing.
Yeah. Okay. So we had like a general idea of what we wanted to talk about, and I think we did a whole introduction. We haven't even introduced ourselves. Like who we are. I mean, I feel like most of right now, all the primas like know us.
Mhm.
Some may know me, but not know
Yeah,
you. So
yeah.
we'll probably have to bring that back. But
Yeah.
anywho, we knew we wanted to like talk about just introducing the pod.
Yeah.
We introduced ourselves, but we went on like this long tangent, and
All while our kids are right outside
yes,
the door.
right outside the door. And I think we filmed like two episodes. It could have been enough content for like 3.
Yeah.
But we just scratched the whole thing. We risked like I think we used some of like the snippets, but we were just all over the place.
Yeah.
All over the place. And then we're like, okay, let's take a step back.
Regroup.
Yes. Now we have like an outline. Like, okay, what topic do we want to hit?
Yeah.
What points do we want to talk about? And we still ramble. Don't get us wrong.
Oh yeah, we're big ramblers.
And we miss things. But I think it's a lot more coherent. Like these last few episodes that I edited,
it was a lot easier to edit.
Yeah, I literally didn't have to take anything out.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably could have, but I'm like, we'll keep it.
Yeah. Well, and then we were also like, we were trying to get people's feedback, people that we trusted.
Yeah.
That were like, okay, well, y'all need like a little bit of a
starter,
flow,
and then get it. Yeah, like let us know you started.
Yeah.
The pod.
Yeah.
And so we took that into consideration. Like I think if y'all been watching the episodes, and if you haven't, that's okay.
Hopefully.
But
it's
the growth. Yeah, the trajectory is this way. I think there was one week that it was like, but you know, we're getting it together.
Yeah.
The setup, like I mentioned earlier in this episode, we were like, let's just do it. Like we just have to do it.
Yep.
We have to see if are we enjoying it, which we definitely are. And then we'll invest on more equipment. Because right now that's not the feedback that we need. We know that the visual sometimes it's a little blurry. We know that the audio, we're getting it together. Yes. We have wireless mics that are not expensive. We started. Let's just show them. Kristi. So we had talked about like the podcast, like starting one. And then I saw like these girls make a TikTok. They're like, I bought these mics and we just eat dinner. Like they live together, they're roommates, and we just pretend we're on a podcast. And I'm like, I sent it to Kristi, like let's just go for it.
Yeah.
I knew these mics were not mics, but Kristi was. And then I sent it to her as in like, let's go for it. And then Kristi's like, I got the mics. Let's start. And then she's like, oh wait. The mic isn't miking.
I don't know if I just assumed that it would be like sound quality video. Honestly, no clue.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I think you're like, I didn't read the description. I thought they were cute. And I'm like,
so cute.
Mike's ordered. Podcast started. And then I had like the wireless mic that I had just because I'm like, you know, a TikToker. No, but I bought it and never even used it. And I'm like, well, let's just combine the two, Kristi. Let's do it. So then we got the 2 for wireless, and now we just. Yeah, because if not, on the first episode, they were.
I also think we were nervous. I was nervous.
Yeah, well, it was all new.
It was, yeah.
And so now we do the mic checks. Like we try to do the mic checks. We try to make sure that we record on our phones. We have 2. But yeah, like lighting, we have one, but it's not that great all the time.
Space, it just depends on like whose kids are going to be the kids, dogs, like husbands, yeah,
families.
And then when the days that we record, we try to record like 2 at a time. Maybe if we're getting good, 3. Which we recorded 3.
Yeah, we did, and they take a while.
Yeah,
it takes a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, we try to make the most out of the days that we can record. Who are we fooling? I don't know, but we change outfits just in case. Just to spice things up.
Yeah.
So this is the second time we're recording here. it's all been like
Learn
trial
as we go.
by fire.
Yes.
Yeah, the setup for how to release it to Apple,
Yeah.
you were a trooper.
Well, and I think I messed up because I was trying to start a whole new Apple ID, which I didn't know. Everywhere I read, it was like, it's associated with your Apple ID. Don't do another one. And then I was like, oh, but it's a podcast. I don't remember how it ended up working out, but it was like, well, why don't I just type in my Apple ID? And then voila, it worked. It was.
I never even asked you how. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we do YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast. That was like, we kind of got like a direction there from Adrian and his friend, like what they use, a host website.
Which I don't even know if we're using that to its like most capability.
Yeah. The highest.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it does give what we need.
Certain
and
analytics. It does what it does.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of I think YouTube's getting good traction. Most of it is still like the people that we know, and hopefully it starts like branching out a little bit more. But for now, I mean, we're just growing together in this podcast, and like the community is so great. I feel like that we're trying to create.
Let's talk about the Primas. Let's talk about that.
I know we have some like it's like we always say, it's always the people you don't expect. And I love it so much. Like getting a text.
Yes.
And they're like, that last episode was so great. Like, thank y'all for talking about this. Y'all don't know the impact. Like, we've received text messages and DMs, even if it's just one. It's like, we always screenshot and we'll share it. Like, this person said this. And it's just so exciting because, like we said, we
don't know whenever it's happening that you're actually like with us, hearing us and listening. And whenever it like validates it that you are listening and we are being heard, it's like,
it's so like it truly means like so much. I don't even think we could put into words, honestly. Like we get so giddy. And like the first YouTube comment, I took a screenshot of it. And just people resharing on their stories that they're having lunch with us, like they're eating lunch and watching our video. That's been said a few times.
And then like somebody said, oh, I talked to y'all, like I talked back to y'all as if I'm like, and I'm like, text me that. Like,
I know, comment it or something. Because like we're trying to respond to like,
or I'll like relive what I was saying. Like, oh yes, I did say that. Or, oh, I don't remember saying that. Oh.
Because the backlog is a little, to put out the episodes. It might have been X amount of time since we recorded, but for like, please, if y'all are watching, like, just if you agree with something, just type it down, because that lets us know like what else we could, I don't know, if we need to dive deeper into certain things, like let us know. But I mean, just that outreach, or just like the simple, the comment, the text. Oh my gosh, yes. And even just telling us like, oh, I listened to, and I'm like, oh really? Dang, I get all shy sometimes when it's in person. Same. Thanks. But it makes us so happy. And we're happy to be here. And we want to like, we're gonna keep doing it. And like I said, we'll slowly try to, pick up our game. But for now, it's working. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Which it was a little broken, but we're trying to fix it.
But thank you. Thank you for being here with us. We're trying every week, Wednesday mornings. We will be a little more
punctual.
We
took a little break. Well, it was like,
by it was a vacation, and I don't know anything video. I legit tried to get on there, and I was like, nope, I'm gonna leave that to you. I could not.
It's I think we work so well. Like we both bring different things to the table.
Try to, I hope I try.
No, you're a good creative too. Like we just, I'm the video editor, everybody. Or producer, no. What is the credit? So that's why, okay? I was in Florida. I thought I could do it in the car, and I couldn't. I really thought I could. And then the time that I did have, I was like, I'm so tired. But no, it's been so fun.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we made it to 10.
We did. It's a big deal.
It is. It is. It really is. So it's been a month.
It's been a month. Why has it been a month, Clari?
We went on our road trip. We survived. We're all back. We're literally together 25/8 in a vehicle, in a room. Like, no matter where we were all three together at all times. So you could say, no, this is not my first like time away, but it feels like my first, because I think this is my first like, for me, time away. Other things was like, necessity. Yes. We had to do things. But we came back from our month-long road trip that was in Florida, literally like the whole state almost. And we road tripped it, and we had the best time. Got my summer tan started. You came back glowing. And so did little Antonio. Y'all would be shocked how much he
no longer widow.
No, we call him Tan Antonio now. But yeah, so we made it back. It was pretty. The return was very hectic. But
why was it hectic?
So we had originally planned to meet. His parents were going to fly down to Miami. Adrian told them we're going to be there from this day to this day. It was like a week that we had planned there, and then we're going to keep moving on. And but so much was up in the air with, Audie having her baby. Mm-hmm. They were on the fence if they were going to go or not. And then literally, like, I think we were on the road already, and then we get a text saying
on the road
to Florida. We're going to Florida already. Okay. And then we get a text that I'll be in Miami. We'll be in Miami from June 4th to the 16th or something. And that was like a week and some change after we were already planning to be there.
Okay.
And so we ended up like continuing with our plans for the most part, but when we got to like Atlantic side, wanted to explore more of those beach towns, it kind of got cut short because we came back to revisit.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And like hang out with them, spend that time, not the 2 weeks, but that pretty much their first week there.
Yeah.
And then so we had to get back to Ashton got married. Mm-hmm. And so we had to get back to his wedding. And so it just made like the return was supposed to be like chill.
Yeah.
And we're gonna like 2 days here, 2 days here, 2 days here, and then that time got cut short.
Although that's not my definition of chill.
Well,
that sounds so crazy.
Well, just like for one of driving, it's a lot better to drive like short distances than driving a full 15 hours, which is what we ended up doing. So we made our way back up. So we pretty much, instead of having like a week and some change to like slowly make our way, I guess that's the point, slowly make our way back, we had like 3 days, 4 days, something like that.
I see.
And so we did get it back up to like Tampa. We kind of went the same way we went, is the same way we came back, because we did have like a resting spot in Tampa. And there we kind of chilled out for like a day and a half, like did nothing, washed, rested from car driving. And then, I mean, we were debating, like, do we stop in Destin on the way back? Do we stop in Mississippi where our friend was? Like, and then we just made an impulse decision to we're just go.
Book it.
Yeah. And, with a baby, that's very difficult.
Oh,
and so a 12-hour, I think it was 12-hour, I think, 12 or 14-hour drive from Tampa to Houston became like a 24-hour thing because we stopped at like a little shopping mall that had like a kid area so he can get out, crawl, get that energy out, because we got stuck in such a bad traffic coming out of Tampa. We went like nowhere in 2 hours.
Oh no.
And so that was horrible.
Oh no.
So his like little gas tank was like, get me out of here.
Yeah.
And he had a ball at that play area, and he did really, really good the rest of the time because it was kind of later. It was like by the time we left that mall area and we got something to eat, it was like 7.
Okay, so he was
already ready for bed, but we were so exhausted because we weren't like we hadn't really slept. We left. So just to put some perspective, we left at noon from Tampa, and we got to Houston. So that was on Tuesday. We left at noon from Tampa. We got to Houston Wednesday at 9:30 in the morning.
Holy moly.
And we stopped, we passed the I forgot how he said Atchafalaya Bridge in Louisiana. This like long bridge that's over a long thing of water or whatever. We passed that, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. And I did drive like most of the way back because I hadn't really done much, and I was getting so car sick, and I was like, I'll just drive.
Yeah,
I'll just drive. Like,
better,
yeah. And I got to the point where, and he was awake the whole time, and I'm like, take a sleep now, because when I need you, like, you need to be ready. He's like, oh, I'm gonna be ready when you need me. And then by the time I needed him, he's like, he's zonked out, and I'm like, shit. So I tell him, like, I can't do this. Like, you have to take over. And so he drove for an hour to like the next rest stop, and we slept. I got Antonio out the car because it was like, now it's 5 a.m. or 3. I don't even know what time it was, honestly. And then it was still dark out, and I just slept with him in my arms at the rest area for like 3 hours, and that was our rest time. And then we kept driving to,
goodness gracious,
I think it was like a 3-hour drive from there, from wherever that rest stop was.
Yeah.
And we drove straight to Lisette's because the wedding was Thursday, and so we just rested there. We got there, we hung out, left Antonio there, drove home, or went to go drop off the rental, then got home, and then left to Austin the next morning, like the day of the wedding. We got there, we got to the hotel, got ready. We just went to the hotel literally to get dressed, and got to the venue like 5 minutes before they started walking down the aisle, because it started at 4:30.
Like, boom, 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 boom,
it was like the getting there was hectic, and the getting back was hectic.
Yeah. Well, when we wanted to go over like a whole episode, I think if Primas, you're interested in that, of like you breaking down where you stayed, what city, how you felt about that place, and then going to even what you brought, Antonio, maybe like what you would probably try to recommend not bringing. Did you feel like the car was packed? Like all of those questions. Maybe we can do another
to go in more in depth of the logistics of the car.
The logistics, for sure.
The road trip.
You have to like say also to the minivan.
Yeah, oh my gosh, the minivan was incredible.
The
something mobile?
Yeah, you called it something mobile.
Was it road trip mobile? I don't know.
I don't remember either. But Adrian's wanted a minivan.
A minivan since he found out I was pregnant.
Yeah.
Probably so, yes. Like, and I loved it. I was flying in that. I got a ticket.
In Louisiana?
Yeah.
Oh, I think those cops are on to. They definitely,
dude. Because and if he would have asked me why, I had a legit reason.
What was your reason?
Okay, I drive a Jeep Wrangler, and
you have to press it.
You have to press it, and like 50 feels like you're going 80, like in the Jeep, right? Because in this van, I was going 80. I was going 83, and that was like I had like caught myself early because I was like flying. It's so smooth, like. Literally 80 feels like you're going 40. Yeah. Like, no lie. It's like, because I drove the Tahoe too, and it didn't feel like nearly as, like, it still felt, of course, way better than the Jeep. But, I mean, I'm telling you, this van just felt like a spaceship.
Wait, you drove my car?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
To Florida. That needs to be a whole nother episode, too.
You've made this trip multiple times.
Yes. Yeah, so. But that was the only one, only me. But I was after that was cruise control. I'm like, I'm not pushing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would have told him, like, sir.
I think we've only gotten tickets in Louisiana. Oh, I say we. I think John's been the only one that drives because I can't. I'm a passenger princess.
Yeah, literally. I can drive I can't drive at night. I'm like, me neither. But here I am. But anywho, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, she's back.
And we're back.
And she's golden. She's glowing.
So, but yeah, we'll make an episode if y'all are interested. Yeah. Even if you're not, we might still do it.
Who cares?
No, because I do have like an envision like doing like the little map of Florida and be like,
yep. Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. Yeah. But also too, just like in general, it is summertime, so we kind of wanted to do just like a general catch up. Maybe like since it is the 10th episode, just kind of make it a little more.
Chit chatty, go with the flow. Not like this is not like a certain topic. Yeah, like we're just catching literally our catch up sesh because we haven't. No. Yeah. So your summer with the boys. We're how many weeks into that summer with? The boys
fucking don't know.
Is it over yet?
We are counting down.
It's like the teachers do the countdown to summer. You're like countdown to back to school.
But look, I chose this life, and I have to remind myself and give myself the pep talk every morning. You are a wonderful mother. You have all the patience in the world, and we are going to get through this day with some sanity. But no, I think it's been going good. I really do truly think that it has been like I have been taking it day by day and being like, okay, well, what are we going to do today? Not really like planning it out as much as I feel like I did last summer, where I was like, okay, John, what camp are you doing this week? And we need to make sure that you have, which also I wanted to touch on the camps, but I think there's so many camps available for John. Like, I think it's 5 and up, maybe more 6 and up, because Jaden can't do the camps. But there's so many camps available that I do try to do, like have him do some camps depending on what he likes to do. There's some that's like a free for all, and you go and he'll say like, I didn't really like that one, and I don't know why, but I pick him up and he's like, they're all just kind of let loose in the gym area.
Yeah.
So there's those, but then there's also like the one he did last week was baseball. The one that he did before was basketball. And he like comes home loving it. And it's like won't stop talking about it. And he's like, I played this game today and we just shot. And I'm like, are you tired? No, I want to go again tomorrow. I'm so excited. Can we sign up for another one? And I'm like, okay. I like that he likes it so much. And I like that it's an all day camp. But I still have Jaden and Bella. So it's kind of like, I don't want to do fun things without him. Like, I feel like he's missing out. But the fun things, it's like, we just go to the water park.
Yeah. Yeah.
We go just to Lifetime. And then after I work out, we go to the pool afterwards. And that's how we spend our Tuesdays. And it's been really, really nice. But at the end of the day, I'm ready to have like my time. And I feel like I haven't really had that time to just like sit down and knock things out for a couple, 3-4 hours uninterrupted is I think what I miss the most. But let me not be selfish. Let me just know that it's only a summer, and I'm not going to get all of these summers. What are those quotes like? You only have 18 summers with them, and then they'll be off.
And it's not even 18. It's like
less than that.
Yeah, it's what, 14, maybe 15. Like, when did you know?
Yeah.
It's not 18.
I guess it's not
18 that they might be living in your house, but
yeah.
After that, they want to go hang out with my friends, Mom.
Yes. I think that's what I need to remind myself more of, too, is like, they actually enjoy hanging out with me right now. They're not like begging to leave me yet.
Yep. I know. It's so sad to think about. But
taking it day by day. I literally feel like this is me every day. Let's go. Get in the car.
How early does the camp start?
The baseball one was 8:30. They had to be there by 8:30. I know. Then the basketball one was 9. So I felt like I had a little bit of lean. But he's got to eat before. I got to get Jaden fed before. Bella, maybe she's eating before. Maybe she's not. She's on her own time, little princess. But yeah, it's like literally, let's go. Get your clothes on. Where's your shoes? Let's go.
Yeah. Fun.
Yeah.
So no less chaotic than the mornings getting ready for school.
No, it's
just
literally
a little later. Later.
Yeah. Yes, literally.
Yeah. Well, that's good though. And so, but y'all do things. So, are the camps every day?
Yeah. So you can pick. So the baseball one was like Monday through Thursday. Fridays there was no Friday one, and then the same thing with the basketball one, Monday through Thursday. Depending on, you could do a full session or you could do a half session. But the basketball one, he ended up doing a full one because last year he did the half one and he loved it. So we did the full one this year. And the basketball camps run like all summer long. And I like the basketball one because obviously they're inside and it's not in the heat of the day. The baseball one, those babies, they were hot. And it only went from 8:30 to noon. And by noon, they were like,
yeah.
And I was picking them up and I was back sweat, all the sweat. And I'm like, whew, it is hot out here. Yeah. But he loved it. Yeah.
And then y'all went somewhere Friday?
Where did we go?
Aquarium or something?
Oh my gosh, that place was so legit.
Was it downtown aquarium or where?
No, it was. I thought you.
Oh, the 59.
Yes. The one right off of the Beltway, in Humble, Houston Aquarium, something.
Yeah, something interactive.
Yes,
zoo or something. I don't know.
Houston Interactive Aquarium. Yeah. Whatever it was really cool. It was actually really surprisingly big for for what it had in there. And we went like right after they opened. They opened at 10, and it wasn't packed at all. Like, it was, you go in, there was fish. You could feed the fish. You could touch the fish. stingrays. There was like baby sharks,
Mm-hmm.
and then there was all the outside animals, which they only liked the aquarium stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. The outside animals, I think it was kind of getting hot too.
Okay.
It was like a kangaroo, but he was hot.
Yeah.
He was sprawled out.
Get me out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's
It
good.
was cute.
Yeah. Was Bella, she liked all the fish? Or she was kind of like,
Dude,
just hanging out?
Yeah, just hanging out. She was there for being dragged along like she normally is.
Yeah. Love that.
He addressed the socks because he called me out on it as soon as I pulled up.
Oh, she has the Gen Z. The Gen Z ankle sock. I mean, not ankle socks.
So, like, there's a white and the beige. Like, I feel like it's a clashing. You know? And I just want to explain myself.
How old are we?
I'm really trying to conform. Okay, look. So my thought process here was I like these socks and I don't ever wear shoes with these socks. These are just my home socks, right?
Okay.
But it looks weird. How do they do it? Where it's like, do they wear white and then assume that their shoes are white? I think these are supposed to be white, but they don't look white.
They don't think about that. They don't think about that. I don't think.
So you think they wear them just like
this? Who is they? Gen Z.
Yeah.
That episode won't air before this one, though. It's okay.
It's okay.
But yeah, Gen Z said ankle no-shows are out, and
they tell your age right away.
Yeah, they said, I know you're over 30 because you are still wearing ankle socks. And so Kristi has jumped on the bandwagon, and I'm still here. But technically you have the white sole, but I think that's like our generation or like our thought process when we're getting dressed. Like something has to match,
right?
Right. Even me, I thought, I'm like, oh, I should put my black socks on instead because I have black, but they're just socks at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But I think you pull it off,
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I feel like it looks silly.
Akko taco, but I think they look cute. I think the whole fit is real cute.
Oh, thanks.
This is real cute. Is this
sponsored by Abercrombie? This episode.
It's a one piece.
No, actually, this is not. This is a top, and then this is a skirt
from Abercrombie.
Their little collection. It's like so soft.
Yeah, see, that's what I was talking about in that episode. Was like cute little skirt because it's cute, like comfy, cute skirts. You could dress it up, you could dress it down, like. Yep. In my opinion.
No, I agree. Yeah. The only thing I don't like about it, which maybe I'm just I have kids now, so I bend down a lot. There's no shorties.
There's no shorts.
So we get in the
minus 2 points for Abercrombie.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we love a good short. Yeah. Okay.
What else should we get into? It's 10 episodes.
I know, it's 10. I can't believe it.
I can't believe it either.
I mean, I can and I can't at the same time.
Yeah. Should we get into what are we liking?
Well, I will say, I guess Netflix or just like, what are they called? Networks in general. They wait for the summer to put the good stuff out.
Oh, they really do.
Like I hadn't put 2 and 2 together until everything was literally coming out while I'm on this road trip, and I wasn't watching anything because there was zero time. Yeah, like in the time I had, I just want to be like, I'm tired. I'm going to sleep. Like I probably went to sleep way earlier on the whole trip than I normally do at the house because we were so exhausted. But yeah, all the shows were coming out. And I was so sad. Well, not sad and not sad at the same time because I had like a stockpile of shows to watch when we got back.
My fave.
But yeah, I mean first off, should we talk about our combined show that?
Yeah. Oh no, do you
or mine first?
Or however you want to order it.
Well, the first one that I ended up getting into was Bridgerton.
Okay.
I think that one.
It did release technically, like I think. Before the summer ish.
I think it released I guess because we've been gone since May. So
yeah.
So honestly, like when it was out, I was like, oh crap, it's out. Like, oh my gosh. So I did binge that one. And then I freaking was like, oh, I still have to wait for these X episodes.
So why did they do that? And so it's like how many were in the first release?
4, I think.
Oh, only 4. Okay. I guess I thought it was more.
I think it was 4 and 4. I think, or 4 and 3.
So I haven't watched the last 4, and I kind of watched the first 4, but it was like I was in and out. I think I should probably sit back down and actually watch it. I might have missed some things. I love Bridgerton.
I do too. I liked it a lot more than I thought I was gonna like it.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy it. It's not like my favorite of all time, but it's definitely a good show that caught me by surprise. Love the soundtrack all the time.
I do love a good Bridgerton soundtrack.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I always try to like guess the song that they're singing or that they're like instrumenting.
Yes. The instrumental version.
Yes.
No, I love that part.
Yeah. What else are we loving or watching?
Okay.
I will say I feel like I have read like back to back books that I have loved and just like been in. Which was, and those, I feel like those are easy because I could just pop in if I do the Audible and I can still continue doing whatever I'm doing. But it was The Drowning Woman was really good. That was like a thriller. What's going on? The Woman. I don't think Kristen Hanna misses with any of her books, but that one was so good. Is that
still? What is it called? The Woman?
The Woman.
The Woman.
And it's a historical fiction from a woman that is in Vietnam, 1960s, Vietnam War, basically, and she enlists to be a nurse in that time, and it's based off of a true story. So good, and it's just like her point of view, what they were experiencing there, and it also gives like some viewpoints from what she saw there. The kid, like how young they were. Oh, it's just so good. It was so good.
Are a lot of her books historical? The other one was
Nightingale, which was a fantastic. But I actually think The Woman was much better than Nightingale. Wow. It was fantastic.
It was sad. It was sad.
It was sad. I definitely teared up in all of her books. I think not all of them are historical fiction. Night Road wasn't, and that was a great one. And then The Great Alone wasn't. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. But that was a great one. And now I'm reading Happy Place. Oh, and then Abby Jimenez. Yours truly. I feel like I've read really good books lately. That I haven't been in a book slump.
I'm not in a book slump, but I just haven't like got back into. I took The Silent Patient with me.
Okay.
Didn't read one page.
No.
Maybe two. There's literally
no time. Yeah.
I mean, back then, maybe like even when there was time, I didn't do it. I just don't know. It's not my preferred thing to do on vacation. But I'm picking back up on it. I'm not too far in. I'm like barely
Silent Patient.
Like 20 pages in, maybe.
Okay.
But yeah, Silent Patient's what I'm in right now. The Perfect Couple I finished.
Oh, how was that?
It was really, really good, except for like, I mean, the ending was realistic, which is what I do like.
Yeah.
But it was also like, I wish it was a little bit juicier. Or maybe this was one which we didn't talk about in our book episode, but like, are you a resolution or do you want to be left with a cliffhanger? And I felt like this one I would have been okay with a cliffhanger. I think I'm not always like that. I like a resolution, but when the resolution is like,
maybe that's her writing. Maybe that's the way I bought one of her books.
I saw.
Which she was like her newer book, so I was like, oh shoot, was I supposed to read other books before I read this one? But I think they're all different.
Yeah, I think.
But I actually read somewhere that The Perfect Couple, if I wanted to get into her, that would be the book to get into first.
Okay.
Of her writing, which I don't know. Yeah.
But yeah, I really, really liked it. Like the whole time it kept you on your toes, and because it's like a murder investigation at the end of the day. Yeah, it starts off, so it's not like what is it called?
Another good murder investigation.
Yeah. And so it was super juicy. So much stuff kept coming out like through that investigation, but it was just like the conclusion was like, oh, I think I would have liked to like have thought it was somebody else. Like this is one moment. I'm not a cliffhanger person, but this was one that I think your mind could have had a better ending type of thing.
I can see that. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So what do you prefer?
I guess it depends on the book. I love me a good solid ending, which I feel like Kristen Hanna always has those solid endings. It's not like what could have happened if this. It always is like a coming together of all of everything that was.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the last one that did leave it. Maybe Verity. Was that a cliffhanger to you? Did you read Verity?
I did, but I don't remember it. Well, she came out with those extra chapters, right?
Yes. Which I didn't never like actually read the
I
other
think
chapter.
I did.
I think I let Danielle give me the
Yeah.
synopsis.
Yeah.
But let's go into also the show that we both watched that you got me into, Under the Bridge.
Oh my gosh. I want to read that book. It's a
Oh,
book.
yeah, it is a book.
I feel like this is one that like the show just cannot encapsulate like every
Everything.
detail,
Yeah.
you know.
Yep.
Even though they did a really good job, I
Mhm.
think.
Mhm. Because based on a true story.
It's based on a true story. It's so sad.
It was very sad. I don't know that it reminded me of, but I didn't watch Euphoria to its
Mm.
full, but like the young kids doing all of the
Yeah, crazy
crazy,
things.
yeah, just freaks me out.
I know it's okay. And the one thing that I was like, did I miss something? Like, so the
Yeah,
spoiler
spoiler
alert.
alert.
So the girl that ended up being the
Crazy
accused,
one.
right? Like, if her parents had so much money, what was she doing in an orphanage?
I thought she just went there
Or
to hang out all the time.
did she? I thought
I
she
thought,
stayed there. Maybe that's something that I
oh, I thought
mixed
she
up.
just was always going there to hang out with that girl. I
No,
could be
no, that
wrong.
was the one that got killed. But the one that
No.
you
The
do you
one
think she was
that,
also?
yeah, I thought she was just going there to hang out.
Okay, well that
How
makes
they just let
sense.
anybody go in there. It's
Yeah, I'm like,
crazy to
what's
me.
happening?
Yeah.
And then I think like maybe the hopefully the book will give more insight on like what does the town of Victoria have like this bad rep for or
Mm,
something, because that's
mm,
kind of how they made it seem like the
yes.
girl, she was back in
Why
town
she
because
was
she was
going.
writing a
Yeah.
book of the girls of Victoria.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
they
Yeah.
didn't go into like
No.
why, you know,
Yeah.
besides the
Oh, that's
fact
a good
that
point.
the lady cop was
Which I feel
also
like
in
there was
that
more to
same.
her story, too.
Yeah,
Like, she
well,
kept making it seem like, oh, because she
she
was
was
adopted.
adopted and he lied about like how she was adopted, like they
Mm,
took her from the native people
mm,
or some
yeah.
crazy stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, well, what was so sad is how, I mean, she just want the victim, what was her name,
Uh,
I can't remember.
Bert. The,
I don't know,
yeah, I can't think of her name.
can't think of it, but
Shoot.
um she just like, I felt she just felt isolated and she just wanted to be a part of something, and
Yeah.
she just totally went down like the wrong path.
Yeah.
And then her dad, like the
Mm.
backstory and like that, I'm
Oh, that
like,
was so sad.
and how I'm glad like the lady cop was just like, how could y'all not even further investigate and just take
Yeah.
like, you know, the solid
Mm-hmm.
word for it. And then the mom, oh
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy.
yeah, but that was such a good I mean, that's why I was like, it's a good show, it's so sad, but it was filled with so much, just made your mind just keep
Mm-hmm.
thinking and like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, hoping for like
Yeah.
that not to happen down
Yeah.
the
It was
line.
heavy.
And yeah, heavy
Yeah.
is a good word.
Yeah.
And the boy too, like
Oh,
he tugged at my
yes.
heartstrings at first, and then, you know, it's just,
Yeah.
it makes you think about all the things like the
Mm-hmm.
kids that
Mm-hmm.
are that don't have that good stability at home, like how much
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
accountability do they take.
Yeah.
But I guess at the end it said that him and the mom forgave. That was so huge for the mom to forgive him.
Yes. Yep.
And then I think they work together now for some
Yes. Yeah.
for a
Yeah.
foundation.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I do want to read the book
Yeah.
because I feel like that would
That
be
would
really
be.
good.
Yeah. You'll have to tell me.
Mm-hmm.
Also, that's out. House of Dragons.
I still haven't watched it. It's been out for a while though, right?
Yeah, because this is season 2.
Okay.
Well,
So a
yeah,
new season came out.
new season came out.
Maybe I
Season
can
1 started
convince
out.
Adrian
Yeah,
because he's
yeah.
the one that got me into
Game of
Of Thrones, but then he wasn't like about the spinoff. But
I think it's still really good.
okay.
The storyline is just it's captivating because it's like, okay, let's see, I don't want to give any spoilers yet because we are literally in episode 1. But I feel like the first season they pack so much into the episodes that there's always just like, ugh, I can't believe that just happened. Where,
Okay.
yeah, every episode
Is it as
so
gruesome?
beautifully written. It is pretty gruesome.
Okay.
It's very gruesome.
Okay.
Yeah, very capital.
Well, maybe we'll get into it.
Yeah. Good idea.
Oh yeah. Good.
Okay.
Okay. Well, yeah. Maybe I can convince Maybe I can convince Adrian. We don't like literally the shows we watch together now is Everybody Loves Raymond. And that's why Antonio's birthday party is Everyone Loves Antonio. It's like kind of like based off because we watched it my whole pregnancy. Like
that's
it was just always on default, and so that's where
you got to bring that up the next episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's a good to bridge into that.
Yeah.
What do we want to watch? What's on our radars? Do you have anything?
I forgot to watch.
I'll say mine. Mine is I've seen really good things on the Apple TVs or Apple series called Presumed Innocent with Jake Gyllenhaal. And I thought somebody that watched it said it reminded them of Your Honor.
Okay.
And you said...
Yeah, so it's fine. I saw it was on Netflix.
Yes.
And I'm like, finally, it's going to get the attention it deserves.
I think Your Honor was such a good show.
Good.
So good. So good. It was well written. Like, I loved it so much.
Yeah, Adrian's mom told us about it.
Ugh,
and
so
she
good.
put us on. It came out on Showtime originally. And it took forever for the next season to come out.
Yep.
But it was so freaking good.
So good.
That's a show I think I could go back and rewatch because you pick up on little things, I think.
Yep.
And it's not that long. Like the seasons are not super long.
Yeah.
But no, so good. If y'all haven't watched
the first episode starts off with like a bang right away. And it's like,
yes. And then the connections, like when it comes back around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a few people, because people write on Facebook like, any show Rex, blah, blah, blah. And some people started recommending Your Honor. I'm like, wow, is it a new season? How do they know? And then I saw it on Netflix. I'm like, this is why.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's such a good show. If y'all haven't watched it, definitely. So thank y'all for watching. We appreciate it so much. As you're watching, you can like this video. Subscribe to our channel.
Yeah. Leave a comment.
Leave a comment, please.
Follow us.
Tell us congratulations for 10 episodes. Even if you haven't listened, tell us your favorite one thus far.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah. Let us know what you've liked, what you've enjoyed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I feel like the last episode we put out was a little different. It's just a little chit chat. Get ready with us. Like we've put it out there. We're not experts. We weren't trying to be, but it was so fun.
Yeah, it was really fun to record.
What was your favorite episode
so far? I think the Mother's Day, or just like us talking about being moms. I think we just have so much to say about it because we are moms, and I feel like a lot of our primas are also moms.
Yes.
That I think that was my favorite episode. So far. It was the moms.
I think
what did we name that one? Oh, by the way, I just want to shout out our names that we come up with. I feel like they're so creative.
We go back and we'll both say, and then we're like, okay, we were like, or no, or we come together and we try.
If you haven't caught on, we try to do a deer at the beginning of it. So if you have a suggestion for an episode, you can come up with the episode title.
Give us a title. If you want to hear about something, be like, dear, I don't know. But, whatever your topic is, try to come up with a title.
My title favorite has been Dear Lovers and Friends.
Yes, yeah. And actually, I think that's going to be... Wait, no. That's not my favorite episode. I think our proposal...
that was the proposal one.
I thought that was... Oh, was it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What was our love languages one? That was Lovers and Friends, no?
Oh.
I think Dear Lovers and Friends was our love language one.
Oh.
It definitely was.
No, I thought Dear Lovers and Friends because I remember in the YouTube video you have the our.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that has been my favorite. I think that's a title.
Love languages one?
No.
Oh.
Dear Lovers and Friends title, perfection.
Yeah.
But my favorite episode I think that we put out was our engagement stories.
Oh, yes.
I think
yeah.
I liked putting that one together. I think maybe from that perspective at least.
Yeah.
Putting it together because the snippets and as we're talking about it and showing the video part of it, I really like that.
Yeah.
And I think that one actually did really, really well. I think people
on YouTube.
Yeah. But topic, and I guess postpartum I really liked it because we got really good feedback on a personal level. People reached out to us and told us that they really liked that episode, and I I think we should put out more of like to going deeper into certain parts of the postpartum, which we have planned to like do birth stories and stuff like
For
that.
sure.
But yeah, I think let us know if you've watched them. You know what your favorite one was. You won't hurt our feelings.
No.
But do you have anything else?
Nope.
For that. Thank y'all for being here. But yeah, you said follow us, share like with your primas, bring them in to our prima sphere. Yeah.
No. We will see you
next time. Adios.
Goodbye.